Good morning, Hank. It's Friday. I have not had an A number 1 week. In fact, I've had like a P number 6 week. Certainly not a Z number 10, that's as bad as it can get, but definitely in the bottom half. So Hank, Wednesday morning I woke to the news that more than 1,000 copies of my new book, The Fault in Our Stars, had been prematurely shipped by a bookseller to people who pre-ordered it. That was pretty bad because the book isn't supposed to come out for 3 more weeks, and for the last year, Penguin and I have both worked extremely hard to make sure that everyone can read the book at the same time. In fact, Hank, before today, every single person who read The Fault in Our Stars, including you and me, had to sign very intimidating looking non-disclosure agreements. And Penguin spent a lot of money on an embargo, and we didn't send the book to the people we'd usually send it to, like book critics and movie people and foreign publishers. All of this was because I really do not want the book spoiled for the very nice people who want to read it. Sorry, I lost my temper a little bit there. Take it down, and there. Okay. This is particularly true for the very nice people who are passionate enough about The Fault in Our Stars to pre-order it, but really, I don't want the book spoiled for anyone. I mean, Hank, my first book, Looking for Alaska, came out almost 7 years ago, so you would think that it's okay to post spoilers, but it's not, because this week, thousands of people bought Looking for Alaska who don't know what it's about and who don't want it spoiled for them. But of course, like, this is one of the great struggles of the internet. When we read or hear or watch something that we like, we want to talk to people about it, and the internet is great at that. But the internet is terrible at keeping secrets. I mean, Hank, if the internet was one of my high school friends, it would be me. But seriously, Hank, did you hear about Sean and Kim? Because something definitely happened. I'm not going to get into details, second base. So listen, Hank, I understand that not everyone who comes to The Fault in Our Stars is going to come to it without spoilers, and I also understand that this shipping error was an error. It was a mistake, and it was an honest mistake. There was no maliciousness involved. But Hank, when I heard about this, I immediately thought of George R.R. Martin, who, when his most recent embargoed book was leaked, said, "If we find out who is responsible for this, we will mount his head on a spike." That seemed a little crazy to me when I first read it, but Wednesday morning I found myself somewhat more sympathetic to George R.R. Martin's position. And then I called you, Hank, because that's what I do when I'm mad, and you reminded me of something, which is that my readers don't just care about my books, they care about each other. And then, Hank, as word leaked out that this had happened, I saw more and more Nerdfighters on Twitter and Tumblr and Facebook saying that they were going to get the book early, but they weren't going to read it until January 10th, or saying they were going to read it, but pledging not to ruin the reading experience for the vast majority of people who will not receive their books until at least January 10th. Hank, it's been a P number 6 week, but I was reminded again never to underestimate Nerdfighteria, which is always an A number 1 community. Those of you who have read Looking for Alaska may know that there are a lot of reasons why I want this book to come out on January 10th. The Fault in Our Stars has been with me in some form for more than a decade, and I am so excited to be less than 3 weeks away from sharing it. But I really want everyone to have the same reading opportunity, so thanks in advance for not posting spoilers. I also have to say, Hank, this thing could have spiraled way out of control, and I have to thank Amazon and every independent bookstore in the world for not shipping their pre-orders in response to this leak. That was really, really cool of them, and I appreciate it because it allows us to keep the January 10th publication date. The Fault in Our Stars is still available for pre-order, and in the meantime, I did write some other books that you can read. Nerdfighters, thank you again for caring not just about Hank's music and my books and the videos we make, but about each other. This is a big hug for you. Thank you for being awesome. I am so lucky. Please don't post spoilers. Hank, I will see you in real life in like 2.5 weeks. Oh my gosh, but in the meantime, I will see you on the internet on Monday.